Hey, it's your boy Chango coming at you with another video. This video is Matt and Shane talk about the history of the Mayans, brought to you by Lastweekincomedy. Alright, so your boy Chango watched Apocalypto, which makes me an expert. So stay tuned to the end where I review what they're saying and I give you an idea of the truth, right? Your boy Chango brings the truth. With that being said, let's get right into it.
I was reading about the Mayans recently.
Yeah, I like that.
Dude, they used to build temples in the ocean. So it would be like a stone's throw away. Like they would say that's how far. Their units of measurement, they would measure the depth of holes by, I forget the word, but it was like the average height of a man. They'd be like, it's 7 Alatos deep, and they would just be like, it's like 6 guys deep.
Yeah. That's good.
It's really nice. But yeah, they would build these like temples out, like, 10 feet out in the ocean out of limestone. I don't know how the fuck they did this. And then
they were wasting a lot of time.
I think they really were.
They should have been focused on other things.
They could have figured some other stuff out
instead of temples in the ocean.
Well, they were
to really focus.
They were just like cutting people's heads off and letting the blood drip down the steps. They would like have like a cool statue of a snake and be like, this thing's. It would be like a snake eating a lion. Like, we got to get some blood on.
We're gonna have to cut some people's heads off.
We got to cut some people's heads off.
Who's that village next door that we hate?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Let's sacrifice those fuckers. They'll never join up with anybody that shows up. They'll never finally join up with
I didn't know there was
force.
like 3 or 4 unsuccessful expeditions before Cortez. Like a couple dudes rolled up and got fucking smoked by the Mayans.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they'd roll up like 40 deep and be like, come here, guys. And like, these dudes would just go bonkers. And they're like, we had the weaponry. We thought, they were like, we could get them. But they would just, we were firing shit off our boats at them. And they were like, we don't. They just kept sending guys. And then it would take your boy and they would fatten him up. So the dudes who were in POW
girlfriends?
Yeah, I know.
What are these girlfriends?
They would capture you, and you would just be getting fed nonstop, and then you'd slowly be like, "Shit, they're fucking." They would eat one of your boys, and you go, "Oh no, dude! I thought they were treating me like a king over here." And they would fatten. They would just like have dudes they captured and be like, "He's looking pretty good. He's getting pretty good."
These guys. No offense to any Mayans listening, but these guys deserved what they had in common. Yeah, I didn't know they got the Spanish got crushed a couple times.
It was like they would launch these like expeditions and just end up on the shore, and it would just be cannibals fucking freaking out at you as soon as you rolled up. They'd be blowing darts, fucking throwing shit at you.
But that's
Just it was like they were like more explorer types. They would hang out, roll up, and be like, "Oh, this is sick." And then sometimes
a small amount took down everybody.
Oh yeah, Cortez apparently. I don't know if there was multiple Cortezes, but this was his name was Cortez. I forget his first name. But like after like 2 or 3 dudes rolled up and got kind of what for, he was like, fuck this, and brought like 11 ships and 500 dudes. And then he showed up and they just thought like, it wasn't even just about like his beard. I forget what he rolled up and he took the whole village. He took everything and then he found it was like a nobleman's wife, one of the Lord's wives. And he was like, they plundered everything and he was like, go back and tell them like, we're going to give you back all your stuff. And the villagers all came back and the Spaniards were like, here's all your shit. We're not trying to fuck with you. We're just trying to we're trying to chill with you guys. And they were like, fuck, this dude rules. And I think eventually he fucking crushed all of them.
Yeah, I forget. It's the beginning of Guns, Germs, and Steel, which is pretty funny. It's like that. They just rolled in on horses and shit and they just opened fire.
Yeah.
Everybody started spazzing.
Yeah,
they immediately captured the king.
Yeah, well, that was like, when they told him,
might have
like,
been the Aztecs.
It was one of them where they brought him in. It was just him and like 6 dudes in the king's like inner sanctum. They were like, dude, you guys are so cool. Your beards are so fucking sick. And then they're like, yeah, cool, man.
yeah, that's awesome. You want to see our swords?
The one Cortez I heard, he like was kind of chilling with them and, getting down. Eventually, they gave him a Mayan bride. And he like, that was like his lady. He started like sailing with her and she would like, I don't know if it was the Cortez the Killer or just another Cortez. But yeah, the flag was sick, dude. It was just the cross. They'd be like, all who worship this symbol, and have faith in it, and we will conquer. They would just fly in. This Cortez was a big missionary. He would go in their temples and just knock their statues down and be like, you guys gotta praise the Virgin Mary. And apparently a lot of them were like, for sure. And when they would go, other Spaniards would pass by some of the villages on boats, they would just go, Maria, Maria.
Nice.
They loved Mary, dude.
That's good.
Yeah, it was pretty chill.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to kind of believe them. You know what I mean? If you spent your whole life watching everybody get their head cut off and you're throwing rocks in the ocean to try to build a temple,
Yeah.
somebody shows up on a fucking spaceship.
Someone shows up on a giant, 11 giant boats, and they ride horses off the boat onto the beach. You're just like, bro.
Yeah, I'm with them. I trust them.
What's your story? And they're like, no, dude. And they were just like, that's so fucking sick. Because their guy Quetzalcoatl was like their big. That was like their big dude. Dude, you know what his name was originally? Cuchulainn.
Ooh.
Just like the Irish mythological guy, Cuchulainn.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, kind of nuts. Remember that lady I tried to book for the podcast who was like
Yes.
an ancient alien specialist? She wrote a whole book about how the Mayans were Irish. And
We was Mayans.
we was Mayans too.
Yes. I knew we was Mayans.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading that book. It's pretty tight. It was written by this guy Diego Landa, who was just a missionary who was documenting like just kind of how they got down, and they just kind of like studied outer space really hard, and then they just like cut people's heads off and just chilled. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, they were.
I wish I knew more about it. I never really got into the Aztecs or the Mayans. The Incas, I was big for a little. I like the Incas.
I never know where the fuck they live. The Mayans were the Yucatan.
The Incas are like Peru.
Okay, so they're in Peru.
The Andes Mountains.
And where were the Aztecs? They were in Mexico.
The
right?
Aztecs were Mexico as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they do have stuff like
I think the Mayans and Aztecs didn't really overlap.
But apparently there were Mexicans that weren't Mayans that would come down. They would battle the Mayans a lot too. They were battling the lads like way back when.
Who knows?
But yeah, it's pretty cool. The Spaniards would come down and like get in a fight, and they like would name the places. The one bay is just called like the Malo Pilar, which just means the bad fight. It was really sick.
They were city states.
Sometimes.
I see. The Mayans were independent city states.
Yeah,
It wasn't like one empire.
No, they weren't like a group of people. They were just kind of a bunch of different.
They flourished until 900 AD, so like 500 years before the Spanish got there.
Yeah, but then they think they just became
They're
like
probably just chilling.
they're just chillers. They had one central town. They all like joined in allegedly after fucking Quetzalcoatl like showed them how to get down, and they all like hung out. But they would always be three brothers who were chill, and then like they would just turn evil and kill each other every time. Three brothers. They'd start a podcast. Turn on each other.
Hey.
It would just be three dudes being like, yeah, we're in charge of all this. And then one day one would be like, I want 75 fucking wives.
It's usually how it goes. Yeah, Hernan Cortez.
Yeah. Dude was the bro. I didn't get to the part where it was written by the Spaniards. So the guy was like, just like, yeah, dude, he was pretty chill. Everyone liked him. I don't know what else happened. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had a guy there was like two kind of like bishop type dudes, and one guy was like, we have to torture these guys because they keep worshiping snakes and cutting people's heads off. So we got to torture them to like, it's the only way these guys, and the guy's like, we can't torture them. And then one dude, he's like, he came to convince the guy, like, we shouldn't be doing this. And the guy's like, no, watch this. And just like torture the guy in front of him. He's like, it works. We're like, fuck it. Just like pulling a dude's teeth out of his head. Like, see?
See, he doesn't like it.
Now he'll do whatever I want.
He doesn't like it at all. Now he's really afraid of us.
I was trying to think about like the different races of human beings and which one are like air, water, earth, fire. I like thought about this the other day. I was at the beach. I was just high at the beach, and I was like, "Damn, dude!" I kind of figured it out. It's like white people are water people. I believe Asians are air, and then you go down to
You're
like
saying black people are mud?
no, Latinos are fire for sure. That was the kind of the back. It's Earth. Earth, dude. There's nothing wrong with Earth.
No, there's nothing wrong at all.
My thing was, but then someone gets
sick to control the sea.
someone gets left out though. I thought I had it mapped out. I'm like, wait a second, because then you have
Indians are definitely Earth.
They could be fire, dude. Indians are Earth for sure. Indians are. I had that because I was like, yeah, because then I forgot about Latinos. I'm like, okay, they're fire for sure. But then it's like Earth. But I was going, what about my African brothers? What would they be? Because then I'm like, I was like, maybe the ether. I could throw in the fifth. It could be the ether. What do you guys think?
I think
Element-wise?
Earth.
But then what about Indian guys? Someone's getting left out. Then what are Indian guys?
They're with Asians. They can be. They're
Air?
combined.
True. Air, earth, air.
They can be farts. All right.
Just try to keep it respectful, dude.
Who's farts then? What about Arabs? You're forgetting Arabs.
It's like that's Indian guys.
You say Indians and Arabs are farts. That's your words.
I was really hoping to keep this respectful.
How do you think it was going to go, dude? You want to break down races?
I was in my bathroom brushing my teeth. I was like, yeah, this could actually go really
I'll
wrong.
share this one. Do you guys have any? Would you like to help us here? Would any African American fellas want to
Sure,
get
I'd like
involved?
to create space for
I
different
don't have
voices.
We'd like
anything
to-
to say.
I just know definitely not water. I kind of thought fire. Why aren't we fire?
Dude,
Like,
we were more fire than Latinos, bro. Come on.
No way. How are you guys fire?
leave it.
You guys aren't fire. You guys are Earth.
Latino heat.
Yeah, it's Latino heat.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. Look, I don't want to speak for you guys. I like to elevate your voices in the matter. But
Yeah, we do want to hold space for black podcasters.
Thank you.
But yeah, Earth, dude. You guys got to claim Earth. Earth's probably the best one.
I think we're plasma.
Plasma.
Plasma, the fifth element.
The fifth
ether. I was giving you guys ether. I was like, ether is the best. Indian guys are earth for sure.
I can't believe you're pleading the fifth on this.
The fifth element.
He's claiming. No, Earth's good for you guys.
Yeah, no, they're all elements.
Why is Earth good?
I'm gonna be real honest. I don't know what they're talking about. Some Captain Planet shit, right? Earth, wind, fire, whatever, right? And what the fuck is ether? Comment down below. I don't even know what they mean by ether. Your boy Chango is not all the way there sometimes, so let's carry on.
Everybody claims the first humans were from Africa. It just came,
True.
Earth's
And-
nice. I like that.
And it's one of those things where like Asians are definitely air. Let's do process of elimination.
Can I
They
say
run
black,
on the trees. They're airbenders.
what about black people are avatars then? We fucking get all four, I think. If we're from Africa.
You get all four
We
water.
get all four. Yeah.
And no offense.
Just spraying water out of your hands like, oh shit.
Air.
Dude, you ever see those like Jamaican guys jump off the barge into the water? Like it's in the
Yeah,
name.
it's between you guys and
I
Asians.
think air.
You
You
guys,
guys are confusing air with just jumping. We're talking about air supremacy. That's
I don't
all
want
these have achieved.
Do you want Chinese air? That stuff's bad.
Don't throw this on me.
forget I even brought this up, guys. I'm sorry. Let's just drop
Let's just
it, all right?
fucking drop it, dude.
You guys can't be mature
You guys
about
can't
this.
be mature enough to have Earth. Earth's the best. If we would have said white people are Earth, you would have been like, no, we're Earth. For sure.
Yeah, all the elements are, none of them are more essential than the others. It's,
Don't make us take Earth. We can take it all.
That's the reason I'm not saying
We
we
control
have it.
water. We can take everything.
I know if we said we had Earth, you guys would come and take it. That's why I was being quiet about it.
Fine, we'll give you guys air. White people are the avatars.
Fine, white people are the avatars. Never even thought of that. That's a good answer. You're right. We definitely are avatars. I just wanted to wait to hear what black people say. Like, no, that's ours. That's
Yeah,
ours.
actually, that's ours.
That's a good idea, but we're gonna take that. We're gonna take that idea. It's really cool.
Can't believe you said Indians and Arabs were farts. That's fucking wrong, dude.
I didn't think about the gas element. That could be gas.
Gas.
Dude. Oh, dude. I want to switch of gears.
Changing gears here.
I wanted to tell you, dude. I went to. I think I told you this yesterday, but I was at Port Aransas, Texas, the beach.
Oh yeah.
I've been
Dude,
there.
it is on at first glance the sickest setup. You ever been to a 4x4 beach? Cars pull up.
That's over by Corpus Christi, in case you don't know, and it's actually pretty sick. I went there last September. It was actually pretty cool. But yeah, dude, the fucking Mayans, that whole thing. So it's crazy. So I went on a cruise like a couple years ago now, and we went to Mexico and we got to see the pyramids and all that shit. And our tour guide was telling us about Mayan history, but it was kind of a PG version, right? Like they didn't go into details, right? But tell me why the first thing we did when we got home was watch Apocalypto, and we were like, holy wow. If like 10% of that shit is true, shit was wild, right? And yeah, that movie was crazy. I find it hard to believe though that they fought off the Spaniards, right? I don't see that happening. They had muskets or whatever the hell back then, right? There's no way arrows or whatever whatever those fucking things where you blow the thing. I don't know. Your boy Chango doesn't know what he's talking about, right? Whatever the blow weapon is. Blow arrows? I don't know. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. But, and then the Earth, Wind, and Fire. I thought that was like a band, right? An R&B group or something. Earth, Wind, and Fire. I don't know. And the Indians are farts. Really? I don't know, man. And like, so while I was on the cruise, you're talking about all the races and stuff, and it made me think about this. When I was on the cruise, I think it was the Royal Caribbean. Yeah, that's what it was, Royal Caribbean. It was like Monday was Latino night or Latino day for food. So like they made tacos and stuff like that. And then like Tuesday was like American, and like Wednesday was like Indian. Thursday, like every day of the week was a different, what do you call it? Theme of food. And I get it, like, I don't know who's cooking it, right? Like, I doubt they're the authority of, like, Indian food or Mexican food. Because I can tell you right now, the Mexican food, I mean, they tried, right? It wasn't authentic, but it was all right, right? And that is really the only real taste of Indian food I've had. I mean, I've had it since, but, I enjoyed it. It was curry and all that shit, and it was all right. Dude, your boy Chango is not picky when it comes to food, right? So comment down below and let me know what kind of Indian food is like a good choice, right? Like I never know what to pick. Like I'll look at the menu and there's all this gibberish on there. I don't know what to pick. I don't know the details. And then I try to ask the waitress. She's got that broken English. I don't know what she's talking about. So yeah, I couldn't really, no idea. Yeah, your boy Chong was just being goofy now. But if you haven't clicked away, right, there's a bazillion YouTube videos out there, and if you're still watching this, right, you're the real MVP. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I really got. You guys take care. Peace out.